Honey Tree students, I'm Mrs. Rydell, and today I'm going to talk to you about birds. And I have two birds that are my class pets. Their names are Fuzzy and Wuzzy, and they are zebra finches. And I'm going to turn the cage right here so you can see them really well up close. And we actually have finches in the trees outside where we live right here. I don't know if you guys knew that, but they're really sweet and fun birds. Did you all know what the smallest kind of bird is? Finches are pretty small, but there's something even smaller that we have around here, and it is hummingbirds. Can you see it in the poster? And a hummingbird is about the size of a crayon, and it only weighs about as much as a penny. They're so tiny, and you probably see them flying around, and their wings go so fast. Their nests are about the size of a marshmallow, so they're really tiny. Did you know what the biggest kind of bird is? It is an ostrich. Ostriches are so big, you can see it right there standing up. And ostriches do not fly. There are some birds that don't fly. Ostriches are too big. They build their nest in the ground. You can see it right down there. Some other kinds of birds are, I'll show you. This is called an emu, and it's the second largest bird, and it looks a little bit like an ostrich. This is an eagle, and I talk to my students about this. We call it a bald eagle because it looks bald, but it's really not. It has feathers on its head, and all birds have feathers, and they have two wings, which you can see here on this owl. It's spreading its wings out, and owls stay awake at night and sleep in the daytime. And what do we call that? Nocturnal, right? They're really good hunters, and they have big eyes, and they can see really well. There's also peacocks, which are beautiful. Look at their feathers all spread out like that. They're beautiful colors. And there are ducks, of course, and they're so cute. Ducks fly, but they don't fly a lot. They mostly spend their time on the water. And so do pelicans. Pelicans like to be by the water, and this one caught a fish. Can you see it in its mouth there? And there are a lot of other little birds around here in the trees, and I hope some of you are seeing them right now when you're at home. One type of bird we have are robins, and robins actually lay eggs that are blue. Is that so cool? So all birds build nests to lay their eggs because they all lay eggs. And at first they need to look for a good place. This one's trying to find a place to lay a nest, and it's looking in this birdhouse. Once they find a good place, they make a nest out of things like sticks and twigs and straw, and they use spider webs sometimes to stick everything together. And they also use leaves and things like that, just things that they find outside. And then they lay the eggs in the nest. And a couple weeks later, this is a robin that laid the eggs, the little chicks hatch from the eggs. Look how cute they are. Can you guys see them? And they have their mouths open because they're very hungry. And they only have baby feathers in the beginning. The chicks eat things like insects, and the mother bird comes and feeds them things like worms and bugs. And then they get their flying feathers, and eventually they can leave the nest. So I mentioned that hummingbirds have a nest that is about the size of a marshmallow. And look at this. I have a hummingbird's nest right here. Look at how small they are. Is that so cute? But other birds, like robins, have nests that are a little bit bigger. I'll show you next to the hummingbird. It's about that size, like that. And you can see in this one some of the spider webs. It looks like fur. And also you can see there's an eggshell in there. There's part of an egg that a chick hatched out of. And then this is a nest that's a little bit bigger, and you can see here that this bird used a lot of leaves sticking out around the sides, right, to make that nest. And some of you have probably seen nests by your houses right now and in your yards. And when we Zoomed the other day, Adam and Miles showed us that they had a nest in their passion fruit vine, and that was really fun to see that. So I hope some of you have some nests in your yards, and if you do, make sure you don't touch the nests or touch the eggs, because the mother birds don't like that. It kind of scares them. So I have a book here that you guys could make about birds and nests. And I'm going to show you. There's a few words that you need to write in the book, and I'm going to send this book to your moms and dads so they can print it out for you. The words that we're going to use in this book are bird, birds, eggs, and nest. And when you make your book yourself, you're going to have to fill the words in.